good evening, and thank you to the trustees, President Kerwin, Provost Bass, Dean Starr, honored guests, friends, family, and especially the College of Arts and Sciences class of 2015. Before I address my fellow graduates, I would like to take a moment to thank all the loved ones who have supported and inspired us every day, and without whom we would not be here. I would especially like to thank the women in this room. Happy Mother's Day to you all. My fellow graduates, do you remember the first time you arrived at AU? Do you remember touring campus, discovering where you'd be spending the next few years? Who were your guides, those that assisted you in settling in, finally making AU your home? Tonight, I would like to be your final tour guide, taking you on this momentous journey, the last one, the tour of our past few years. During my time here, I've given over 200 tours to prospective students and their families. Let's call you my 201st, and you're certainly my last, and definitely my largest. Normally, I'd begin a tour by asking you all to introduce yourselves, but I'm gonna skip that part for today. Now, I have to warn you that sometimes I'll be moving backward, and sometimes I'll be moving forward. Please stay with me. We begin this tour with Welcome Week. For most of us, our journey began right here in Bender Arena at Convocation. In those first few weeks, we were all tourists, wide-eyed and escalefting in the metro. Between night monumenting with our 35 best friends we met yesterday, and discovering that our first college class would be in the basement of Krieger, our first experiences here were a blur. We depended on others to show us the way and help us transition to college. And, like a tour, we went everywhere as one large group. This is the point in the tour where I usually have a mom who asks when this tour will end. I know you are hungry, and I promise I will get you out of here just in time for second dinner. Along our journey, there came a time, maybe you didn't notice, when we stopped being newcomers. We became comfortable on campus and in the district. And as we moved beyond general education classes, we differentiated ourselves from our neighbors, no longer moving as a large group. For the first time, I wrote a paper and enjoyed it. Who knew that was even possible? We weren't afraid to be individuals, to be different, to speak up, and to meaningfully engage with our newfound knowledge. Suddenly, our experiences in college belonged to us. We were finally able to choose our own routes, emerging as independent and individual guides with our own stories to tell and tours to lead. Recently, a dad on my tour asked if AU changed who I am. I told him the truth. I don't feel indoctrinated. AU is not that type of institution. Rather, one of the lessons I have learned from my classes in anthropology to literature and public health is that this world was socially constructed by people. I am a person, and so are you. If you don't like what you see, get out there, take control, and change it. Maybe that wasn't the answer he was looking for. Maybe he was checking to see if AU made me a raging liberal or a raging conservative. But that's a myopic way of looking at college. As we conclude this journey and get out into the world, we change. We change, and then we go on to change the world. The tour will never be the same after that. There comes a point when you've realized you've gained enough knowledge to begin to answer the questions often asked on tours and join in on the conversation. You weren't ready earlier, but now you have a hunger, not for TDR, but to speak, to write, to make a difference and touch someone else's life in a meaningful way. We spent the majority of our time here learning how to do just that, to reach out and turn our ideas into action, our actions into service. So here we are, at the close of our undergraduate journey at American University. How often did you sit in MGC only to have a tour pass by, ogling you, the college students, in your natural habitat? But interjecting Helicopter Mom is back, breaking through the idyllic memories. What are your plans for after college? Where do you see yourself in 10 years? What are you doing with your life? We are full of passion, drive, and excitement. The road ahead is uncertain and thrilling, different for each of us. I don't know what my future will hold. That's why I'm going to grad school. But I know this. Every time you change, the world changes a little bit with you. I know that we, the graduates of the College of Arts and Sciences at American University, will make our communities better. And as hungry as we are for positive change, we crave bigger dreams, greater impacts. So this commencement tonight is a sign that we are ready to get out there. We are ready to take the next step and use what we have learned, taking our adventures and stories out into the world. AU has taught us to recognize the issues our communities face and to know that we are the ones who can help address them. I challenge you to take what you have heard, what you have seen, and make something of it. Make something of yourself, and then become a guide and give the greatest gift of all, change. Thank you for touring, and congratulations.